morning, guys. Hello, happy Monday. Beautiful day today, as you can see behind me, and quite chilly as well. Perfect weather for running in the morning. What have I got on today? I've got a coaching call with Mr. Tony Meredith. Can't wait for that. See what else he's got up his sleeve to whip my ass into action to the rest of the year. It's been a tough week looking for new people to fill the rooms, and is not exactly the perfect market this time of the year, but it is what it is, and it's the way of life. No point whinging about it, just getting on with it. But I wanted to talk to you about a topic that my accountability buddy and friend Luke and I spoke about over some great food and coffee this weekend. We were talking about deals, talking about business, things in general, and he said something about being romantic about business, being romantic about deals, and I said, well, that's a really good way of putting it. Am I romantic with my property deals and my business, which is also property? And it got me thinking, am I romantic about it? So I guess when I first started in property, and I think with most people, I think we are romantic about it. We love something that we first started doing, whether it's business, whether it's property. And if we didn't love what we do, we wouldn't start it in the first place, right? So of course we were romantic about it, and then as we go along, we love it so much we want to do it as a job, because if you love what you do, it's never a job, and so it becomes a job. And then obviously after a while the romance starts to drop off, and then you think, do you keep the romance in there? And I truly believe that, my opinion anyway, that I do think you need to keep that romance alive if you're doing it as a full-time gig. Otherwise you would just hate what you're doing, and it defeats the whole purpose of why you did it and started it in the first place. And it's then comes to a point of you keeping the romance alive and making sound business decision as you proceed. A little bit like a marriage, right? I know this is a bit funny, but if you draw on that analogy, it's kind of true, right? So we fall in love, we're romantic, get married, have kids, and after a while, especially when you have kids, you want to keep that romance alive, but you have to make unromantic decisions as well in order to make sure that you can have enough finances and time for the family, for the kids, to have a comfortable life. The fact that you want to stay romantic and continue to buy all those expensive gifts when you have childcare to pay, which is so unromantic, right? And that's just the way of life. You have to somehow have a balance of having still romance in the relationship, in the marriage, and at the same time make sound, logical business decision, which is the household decision. And being in a marriage, not much difference to a business. Now I'm getting really personal about what I do in my marriage, which, by the way, it's probably how it sounds. And you know what, we actually have property to keep our romance alive, which is kind of strange. Yeah, if you guys heard my story over the weekend about how I keep pain away when I have an epidural. But back to being romantic. So my opinion, I think to some extent we need to keep the romance alive in any business and any property deals that we do. But I think it's just remembering that romance is where brought us there in the first place, and to make sound business decision as we proceed forwards, so that we don't end up, I guess, in a divorce. But I think some decisions we do have to be a bit of a romantic. So I hope you found that funny, at the same time useful, but it's kind of true. People say don't make decisions based on emotions, but I think there is an element of emotions there. Otherwise, where is the motivation, where is the drive to get you there in the first place? But it's just taking a step back and making sure that the decisions that you make, it's sound business decisions, and so that you can continue being in love with property and in business. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good Monday, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.